Mommy and Daddy bring home a beautiful baby boy from the hospital. Wake up days later, baby Christian not asleep. He's dead in the couple's king-size bed, but now, in a stunning twist, a year later, practically to the day, a second baby boy, baby Tristan, found stone cold dead in Mommy's bed. Straight out to Gene Casares, legal correspondent in session. Gene, there is no coincidence in criminal law. I do not believe that this was SIDS. The hospital told me up and down, Gene, when I left with the twins, don't co-sleep. Don't let them sleep together. Don't me sleep with them. Don't anybody sleep with them. They are to sleep separately. And I followed that rule religiously for 2 years, Gene. 2 years. I was so afraid of SIDS. You can't tell me that this was SIDS. 2 children, 1 mom, both about the same age, both baby boys. I don't believe it, Gene.
And let's look at the facts, Nancy, because during the course of that year, Child Protective Services instructed the mother and the father in safe sleep training. Rule number 1, the child sleeps alone.
Rule number 1, the child sleeps alone. And you know, it all unfolded the very same way, Gene Casares. Let's take it from the top. Let's talk about baby Christian. What happened in that scenario? Gene, it was just 1 calendar year before the second baby boy found dead in bed with Mommy.
Well, the first baby was just 1 month old in the big king-size bed with both parents. And all of a sudden, the parents wake up and the baby is cold at the touch, deceased. Cause of death was SIDS. But now with the second baby, there was no cause of death. It was undetermined, Nancy.
2 special guests joining me, Dale Summer, the assistant DA in Angelina County, Texas, who is handling this case. Asphyxiation, is there any way, Dale, to exhume the body of baby Christian, the first baby, to look at whether there was asphyxiation? I mean, in the first case, Dale Summer, did they do an autopsy, or was it just attributed to SIDS? I know the police...
They did a full autopsy. But let me say this, that what the medical examiner tells me in connection with this case, that many of these undetermined cause of deaths when you have children that age, whether they're sleeping in the same bed as a parent or otherwise, there is no medical, through an autopsy, they cannot tell in many, many instances whether this child accidentally suffocated or not. And the instances where they can say that the child accidentally suffocated, they have incidents where somebody maybe came in the room and they see that the parent was on top of the child, or maybe there was a stuffed animal that was on
was that the case,
face.
Dale,
a
in
child
the case
at
of the
age
first
of 2
baby?
months and 1 month can't even turn over themselves. If there was a comforter that ended up on their face, an older child, 2-year-olds can easily push that off. But the thing is that accidental asphyxiation can be a child turned over next to a pillow and they're taking in their own carbon dioxide. So
what was that the case in the first death,
Dale? That on many of these unexplained infant deaths, that the most likely cause of death is suffocation. But because they can't rule out some problems with the heart or some of that sort of thing where there's no sign that they have to put the cause of death as undetermined.